group of KZN flood victims spent the night at the admin block of Durban City Hall overnight. The group marching there earlier in the day in a desperate plea for shelter after being displaced for close to 2 months now. Deputy Mayor Philani Mavundla and his team have been on the ground to try and remedy that situation. Let's get the latest from him now. He joins us on the line this morning. Philani, it's great to have you with us to give us an update on the situation there, a situation that those flood victims describe as untenable. They say they can't go on like this. They are living in complete desperation. They say it's a situation where there are children living in these halls around Durban. They are, of course, there as a result of the floods, having lost their own homes. People are having sex in the halls. It's cold. They're relying on humanitarian aid. What can be done here, and why is it not happening sooner?
Morning, Michelle. Morning to the South African, more in particular people of eThekwini. Well, Michelle, yes, it's true. A group of people came into the City Hall last night. In fact, they came around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was with them until around 9 last night. Their grievances, Michelle, if truth be told, are very much understandable. Yes, those people have been in these halls since April up until now. They are still in this hall. As much as we've removed some of them, but the majority of them are still in these halls. The truth of the matter is that ourselves as a city, we can only do so much. As immediate assistance, we open the halls, we put them into the halls, we give them the sponges and the blankets and so on. We open our soup kitchens. We've been feeding these people. The NGOs and NPOs as well have been assisting us in all that. The truth of the matter is that those people now have turned around and say, look, we've been long in these facilities. They are inhumane. Everything that you've just mentioned, yes, it's happening there, but also as well, when the weekend comes, people get drunk, they're still fighting, and all the bad things that you can think of. With all the social ills we have as a community, it's a worry for us as a council. However, sitting where we are, somebody needs to fund the project of relocating these people. And that doesn't lie on the municipality. It lies in the province, but also the province needs to get money from the national. And the national government have decided that they are going to look away when it comes to KZN. The way we are treated as people of KZN, in eThekwini in particular, is like we are not South African. We all know that this was a national disaster as declared by the president. But rather it happened, it doesn't seem as such. It seems as if eThekwini need to rescue itself.
So Philani, who do we look to next? Because, as you say, you're getting a sense that national government is looking away. Who do we hold accountable here for the inaction we're seeing in eThekwini?
It can't be the ratepayers of eThekwini, because if we say it is them, it means the little money that the municipality received from its rate base, it must take that money and relocate these people. We are fully aware that the national government has turned around and said there's R1 billion. We have not seen that R1 billion. We can't miss the R1 billion in our account. But then there was another statement that said we must reallocate the funding. That means whatever we have allocated for a particular project on our ITP, and made an undertaking to the people of eThekwini that that's what we're going to do. We must now not do that. We must now divert it elsewhere. We can also only divert so much. So to answer your question straight to that, the very same government that received the South African tax money through SARS is the very same one that is supposed to rescue the people of eThekwini. But it seems that the people of eThekwini are taken as if they're in some other country somewhere.
Yeah. I understand the ad hoc joint committee on flood, disaster relief and recovery will be visiting the area on an oversight visit, or rather a fact-finding visit in parts of the province, especially affected by the recent flooding there. You're saying enough with the fact-finding visits, let's take action.
Yes, on the 26th, I wrote such a letter because we received an invite that that committee was coming to do fact-finding mission. What fact-finding mission to do after 6 weeks? So I wrote to them, saying to them, we hear you, sir. You've spoken enough. We love what you're saying, but the truth of the matter, people are still sitting in the community hall, It's cold there. There are no washing facilities. They can't cook what they want to cook. Their children are supposed to go to school. Especially matriculant, they're supposed to be going to school. But you'll find that where we've put them is far away from where they're supposed to be schooling. Some of them are still complaining that they still don't have clothing to change because some of them are unemployed. But the fact-finding mission is supposed to be coming again and just looking at them as if they're monkeys in some zoo. So we said, no, that can't be happening. If they want to come, they need to come with the tangible. But that has fallen into deaf ears. So we don't know, maybe we need to go to the Human Rights Commission and explain what is happening to the people of the community.
I mean, as the administrators in eThekwini, are you putting forward solutions to national government insofar as what can be done? For example, the people who stormed City Hall yesterday, one of the things that they're suggesting is that vacant buildings in Durban are used so that instead of living in these halls that are also at risk of flooding, people can actually get some privacy, some safety for their children. As you said, there are no washing facilities in the halls where people are being housed. It's an opportunity for them to have a space for their family where they can be safe while a longer-term solution is being found. Is that not something eThekwini can act on in the interim?
Michelle, let me paint just a scenario quickly for you. If you go to the bank where you banked this morning to have your card changed, within 10 to 15 minutes you'll have a new card in your pocket. But if you go to Home Affairs to try and get your ID book, you may stand for the whole day or don't even get it. It's the same thing with anything that happens in the South African government. Right now, we do have in Durban 4 hotels that belong to Department of Public Works that we've put on the table that if these hotels can be opened and then these people be put in temporarily, we felt that was the way forward. But as I said, in terms of the government, how their processes work, that can take anything 2 months, 3 months. Don't be surprised if it takes a year. That is how the government works. So some of the issues that those people have brought to us is that in eThekwini, they are fully aware that there's a whole lot of empty buildings that are occupied by foreigners, but themselves, as the people of eThekwini and people of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, they are left to rot somewhere. Nobody cares. We understand what they're saying, but unfortunately, as eThekwini, for instance, we can't just go and open a building that belongs to Department of Public Works. We need the permission. The due processes need to be followed. That is what takes forever. In terms of ourselves as a city, we've got quite a lot of parcels of land. We've made those parcels of lands available. But the positive side of it, yesterday, the MEC of Finance Settlement, Comrade Mosby, called me and said, today, let's try to see if we can find a solution before the end of the day, today. And I'm hoping that he's going to stick to his promise. If we have to speed up something and put people in one room and come up with solutions, hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Philani Mavundla, you'll keep us up to speed with how those discussions progress. eThekwini's deputy mayor there talking to us about what is an untenable situation with families still living in community halls weeks and weeks after the flooding that happened there. There are empty buildings. Philani Mavundla telling us that the action from government is incredibly slow. We're keeping our eyes on this story.